The next several weeks will probably be some of the most eventful in human history. Or they won't. We don't know. But it seems to look like something is deeply, deeply wrong here. And they know it. And the question is, what are they going to do about it?
Marking
Good
contact.
luck.
No, they may have a defense army victory, but they lost completely in the level of the politics. And we know that at the end, we need to find an agreement in the political side, in the diplomatic side. What we can see in the moment that some of government in the West countries are going to move to question the support, unconditional support to Israel, which is a really good sign. But we need to have more. We need to have significant a decision on arms transfer because you can't make a war without arms, without weapons and ammunition, specifically ammunition, because
My name's Sean Ryan. I was a Navy SEAL for 5.5 years. This is everything I'm authorized to tell you. You know you're going to be cold, you know you're going to get hypothermia, but at the end of the day, going to BUD/S is basically like getting kicked in the nuts. And so how do you get prepared for getting kicked in the nuts? You don't. You just take it. How do we keep each other in line? A lot of hazing. You have a tremendous responsibility being a member of a SEAL team, whether you're the communications guy or you're the lead sniper, you might be the guy planning the mission, you might be the point man. And so there is no room for jackassery. And if you're not doing your job to the best of your ability and you're clowning around, then you're going to get tuned up and maybe kicked off the team. And so it is it's very much a work hard, play hard environment. But if you can't play hard and work hard the next morning, you're not going to make it. When you're in the SEAL team, you are closer with your immediate teammates, your platoon mates, than you are with your own family. And so you eat with them, you sleep with them, you hang out with them, you party with them, you grieve with them. I mean, that is your family. And so you become inseparable. Home on my off time as a SEAL was a lot of happy hours and a lot of ladies' nights and chasing women and drinking booze and probably a bar fight or two. On deployment, an off day looks like a really good workout at the gym and a lot of Xbox. A lot of people, those in the SEAL, I've seen it happen a lot. This is 20 years ago. We would have the support guys going out in town and bragging to everybody that they are a SEAL, it's SEAL Team 8 or SEAL Team 2. And they would go to those specific bars where SEALs hang out. When those bars were empty, that way none of us were in there catching them doing it. But unfortunately, we know the bar staff, we know people that work there. And so that word will get around, and a lot of times they will wind up taped to the flagpole, naked, when everybody shows up to work the next morning. The number one unspoken rule for the SEAL teams was work hard, play hard. As long as you could show up to work, ready to go, pristine condition, and be able to perform, they did not care how hard you played. Some of the jobs I had at the SEAL was one, I was a point man. Basically, a point man is the point guy when you're doing an infill, entering into a target. You're the navigator, navigating your route in, how you're going to get in, how you're going to get out, how you're going to lead your entire team in. My first mission as a SEAL was to go to Haiti in 2004. There was a lot of civil unrest going on all over Haiti. We staged out at Guantanamo Bay, and basically what we would do is we would fly over on a helicopter every morning and do reconnaissance in all these different towns and villages to report back about the civil unrest. We had prisoners breaking out of prison. It was just complete chaos all over Haiti. Bodies all over. We're on the beach, but it was just a reconnaissance mission. I felt good. Wasn't enough action for me. It made me really hungry for more. I wanted to go to the Middle East. The hairiest mission I've been on was when we went to Baghdad. And this was at SEAL Team 2. There was an election going on, and we had a badass lieutenant who started farming us out to conventional units who were having problems. We would find units that were getting blown up by IEDs or being ambushed on roads. Terrorists would set up roadside bombs, set up ambushes, and they would just blow these vehicles, kill our guys, time and time again. We would go with these conventional units for a couple of weeks, training them up, and then we would actually take them on a real world mission with us. And every time we went out, we would kill the guys that were killing them within 24-hour time frame. I wasn't actually a schoolhouse trained sniper. I was just really good at it. And so when we did all these sniper missions, I was basically aiding the lead sniper and teaching the conventional guys how we do business. It's one of the biggest responsibilities I've held. There was a very small village outside of Taji that was considered black. And so what black means is no U.S. troops or personnel are allowed to drive through, walk through, fly over. You basically just stay completely out of the town because it's so dangerous. This one was out in basically farm fields. And so we took 4 teams and 4 teams of 2 to 3 guys each, and we'd set them up along this road. So towns here, Black Town. My OP was the first one right outside of the Black Town, so it was the most dangerous spot to be in. And then we had our command and control type observation point kind of hidden back in the rear where they could do comms. And about halfway through the day, we got compromised. We were in weeds that were probably about chest high. So I padded down this little hallway, and I was laying in the grass looking at the town like I should have been, probably about 30 meters off the road. And I saw a man walk right by me out of my peripheral, and I noticed when he walked by me, he noticed me. I could see him looking off the side of his eyes through his peripheral. I thought, maybe I'm supposed to kill this individual. He's going into a black town. I wanted to pull us out. I wanted to do an emergency extract because I had compromised the team. The rest of the sniper OPs decided they wanted to stay. They wanted to see how things went. 10 minutes later, we got mortared, probably 4 to 5 different impacts right on top of us. I wanted to emergency extract again because I knew the next thing that was probably going to come was the fighting age males in the village would have walked online through the field and just killed all of us. The next thing that the search party did come, but it came with vehicles. We were so well hidden that goats were actually eating vegetation out of our ghillie suits with goat herders seeing this. And so everybody was scared to move when that was happening because you didn't want to alarm one of the goats, and the one goat goes crazy, then the whole herd goes crazy, then the goat herder knows something's going on. So we didn't move. A couple of goat herders had passed. What we noticed was 5 guys coming out of the village, the Black Village, carrying AK-47s, carrying 105 rounds, carrying wire, shovels, everything you need to basically make an IED explosive. So they walked right past me, and we radioed to the rest of the team that these guys were coming their way, but nobody answered our radio. They started digging. They planted the bomb. All I heard was just shots over and over and over and over. It sounded like a gunfight. It sounded like the bad guys the terrorists were killing my guys, because all of us were suppressed, meaning quieter shots, no muzzle flash. It seemed like forever, but it was probably less than a minute. And we kept calling our guys, hey, what's going on? Hey, what happened? What happened out there? Is anybody out? You guys alive? Give me a head count. Nothing. In my head, I knew everybody was dead. And so it was me and two other guys, and we just got back to back. And we said, all right, this is it. We're just going to take as many of these people out as we can before they get us. First thing we hear come over the radio, maybe 5-10 minutes later, is, holy sh! We just killed the out of those guys. They let the army guys take the shots. They were not suppressed. So I thought their gunshots were the enemy's gunshots, but it was the army guys, unsuppressed, shooting alongside with our snipers who were suppressed. You know, hearing my guy come out saying that they had just killed those guys was one of the best sounding voices I've ever heard in my life, knowing that my guys were still alive and that we had defeated the enemy. Still use a lot of weapons. We use 300 Win Mag sniper rifle. We use a 50 caliber sniper rifle. We use a 7.62 sniper rifle. We use a 5.56 sniper rifle. We have M60 machine guns. We have Mark 48 machine guns. We have Mark 46 machine guns. We have Mark 19 grenade launchers. We have M203 grenade launchers. We have 50 cal machine guns. We have miniguns. We have pretty much anything you can think of that fires a bullet. The main weapon I used was a M4 10-inch barrel with a Night Force suppressor, and secondary was a P226. Suppressor is not a silencer. A lot of people think it's a silencer. It does dub the noise down a lot. You don't need to wear ear protection when you're shooting with a suppressor, but it's not like what you see on the movies where it sounds like a sewing machine. The main point of the suppressor is to suppress the flash that comes out of the end of the muzzle, whether it be a pistol or rifle, because if you're shooting at night and you're in a combat scenario, every time you fire that weapon unsuppressed, it's going to leave a signature. The enemy combatants will wait for that flash, and then they'll aim at where the flash came from. So if you have a suppressor and you're on night vision, then they can't tell where the shots came from, so they don't have anything to actually shoot.